Hey, what's up, guys? It's Riku. I know it's been a while, but here I am talking about my thoughts on Shin Megami Tensei 3 HD coming to the West, and just where the fuck is SMT5? So let's get right into it, man. So a few days ago, they announced that SMT3 is coming to Switch, PS4, and Steam in the West on May 25th, which is really exciting. It's actually not that long away. It's pretty much right before spring ends, funnily enough. Uh, so the thing about this release is I feel very mixed on it, and I've been feeling mixed on it ever since I've been hearing about the quality of the actual port and what they did to it. If you guys aren't aware, this release in Japan and people who've imported it or whatever have been saying that it's not the best quality. But since release, they have patched it. It's better, but it's still a little, not the best experience you could possibly get that people are expecting, especially for the price. Which I'll get into that about the price. So the thing that I got announced about this was that the game's base price was $50, which that's insane. And what's even worse is the deluxe version, which is $70. When I saw the Steam page, right, when this came out, I was laughing because I was just like, oh my god, this shit is $70. This is insane. And when looking at that, especially from someone who's already played the game, it's a little hard to get excited about paying up for a price like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a little rough, especially if you've played it like I did. I think if you've never played Shin Megami Tensei 3, I still think it's worth the price, maybe, depending on what your views are on it. Because, typically, if you follow other game releases or whatever, some remasters and heck, even remakes are priced like $40-$30. So, it's hard to say if it's worth it to you. It's going to be based on you. But I think for people that are on the fence about it, I probably weigh more towards the side of it's worth it. As for people who have played it before, I think it's a little harder to justify, which I'm still on the fence on it. The reason why I kind of want to get it is because of the fact that I do want to support Atlas and say like, hey, I want these games, I want more of them. Please make more of these games be multi-platform. In fact, I would go as far as saying once like the Switch and PS4 versions drop in price, I'll probably pick them up too when they're like $20 or whatever. So that's my thought on it. My thoughts on it. I think that the $70 price, that's ridiculous, dude. I think if you consider the current state of the game, which isn't the best version, it's like locked to 30 on consoles. We don't know if the PC version is unlocked, which I hope that is the case. The DLC on top of that pricing, and the price itself and just the quality of the port, I feel like it's a little difficult for me to just be like, all right, time to buy this. It wasn't like a no-brainer like P4 Golden was, It's like, oh, P4 Golden's $20. This amazing like 80-hour plus RPG is $20. Let's go. It was an easy choice back then, but this is a little bit harder to stomach, I think. Especially for someone who's already played it before. Heck, even new people might be turned off by it. So, but I will say the good thing about this is, let's not talk about all the negatives. Let's talk about the positives. The fact that Atlas is even doing this in the first place. I think it's crazy to think that finally we see Shin Megami Tensei like on a PC. Up to now on Steam, the only thing we've gotten so far is Catherine, Persona 5 Strikers, and Persona 4 Golden. That's it. And I think, considering the interviews that Sega in general and Atlas has said that like they're going to be looking at porting over and remastering older games, I think this is an exciting time to be a fan, especially for the future. I think we're going to get to a point from like a few years from now, after SMT5, which we'll get into SMT5 later, that these games will be multi-plat day one. I think it's going to be pretty exciting to be a fan. I'm hoping that we get like Digital Devil Saga, Raito, maybe SMT4. I know, although SMT4 probably be a lot more difficult to put on these other platforms, but I think it can make it work. They've done it before, 3DS games, but I'm really excited. The fact that we got voice acting in this, the skill inheritance, which is the one thing that I wanted the most. Overall, I'm mixed on it, but the fact that it's even happening at all is exciting, and I'm really hyped about it. So yeah. But let's talk about the other thing too, which is not a port. It's a full new game, SMT5. So that concert, man, I watched it, and part of me was like, it's got to have news here. It's been like almost a year since the last trailer, right? And the last trailer said it was coming out in 2021. Here's the thing. Before the concert, I had it in the back of my mind like, they probably won't show anything at this concert. There's a possibility they won't show anything. And my reasoning for this is because either A, the game's just flat out maybe delayed eternally, they haven't announced it yet, or they're going to wait for Nintendo to announce anything at all, right? I think that makes the most sense to me, is that they would show it at a Nintendo Direct. And guess what happened? The whole concert went by and no info. And some people were disappointed, and then others were like, it's fine. But for me, I wouldn't say it was disappointing. I was expecting it. I wasn't disappointed. I did expect it. So what's going to happen? What's going on with the game, right? We can only speculate, right? We don't have the info to really make a give or take on this because we don't work at the company. They haven't announced any new info since that last trailer, so we can only speculate. Here's the thing with Atlus's track record. I had the feeling that this game was going to get delayed because if you guys are, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are aware. If not, they have a track record of announcing something and it being delayed multiple times. I think Persona 5 is a good example of this. And also the issue of just, making sure the game just is available. They always delay these things. I think P5 got delayed like 3 or 4 times, and then they got delayed like a few more times for the West. It was aggravating. I remember waiting for like, I'm gonna get this on Valentine's Day. Nope, got delayed. It was so frustrating. But it is what it is. I think part of the reason why I didn't show up the concert too, like I said earlier, is Nintendo's probably gonna market this, and I think Nintendo's also the reason why this game is even getting a worldwide release in the first place. Because I think maybe Nintendo's just like, you know what? You make this an exclusive, we'll do the marketing, and we also will make sure we pay for the the voice acting or whatever. I don't know. We don't know. This is all speculation, but I do feel like Nintendo gonna have a big part of this because I do think that Nintendo views it as a huge third-party exclusive that they're gonna want to market. So I think where it makes the most sense to show up is before the summer, specifically at their E3 summer direct that they do every year. Granted, E3 was canceled, like the physical event, but there is a digital event. We don't know. I don't think Nintendo is going to be part of it. I'm not really sure, but I think regardless of that, I do think Nintendo will have a big direct in the middle of the year, regardless in the summer, because we don't really know much about Nintendo going forward in the later half of the year. We only know at most the first half, right? So I think they're probably going to have it there. And if SMT5 isn't showed up there at all, and we don't see a gameplay and like a trailer, like a specifically a release date, I think this game got delayed, guys. I think we just have to expect that this thing is probably not going to come out this year. Which, considering Atlus's track record, it's really not that surprising. It will be disappointing, but it is what it is. I'd rather the game be delayed so that the game is full of content and full of just polish, because typically, as much as I knock on Atlus as a company, like how they work and how they make their games or whatever, like availability, pricing, all this DLC, their games themselves are of high quality. They're really fucking good, and they're usually, very functional, right? They don't really have much bugs or whatever, typically, which is, I can give them a lot of praise for as a developer. So, but yeah, that's what I think. I don't think we're gonna get this game because the game didn't get announced at the concert. I don't think we're gonna get it in the first half of the year. There's no way. I think the latest, the earliest we can get information before I think it's actually delayed is before the end of the summer. I think that makes the most sense to me. And like I said, I think the Summer Direct is probably the one place it's going to be at. Whether it's going to be a partner showcase or like one of the big ones like they just brought back here in February, I don't know. But I'm hoping, man. So that's really all I got to say about this. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that SMT5 will get delayed? Are you going to pick up SMT3? If you are, which version are you getting? Personally, I'm probably going to pick up the PC version if I decide to get it. Yeah, just really excited to see the future of Megaten and just Atlas in general. I'm hoping more of these games become multi-plat, more ports. I want to see specifically like Digital Devil Saga, the Raito games, SMT4, stuff of that nature. Maybe Soul Hackers. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want more, and I'm hoping that in the future, more people get to experience these games on the preferred platform of their choice. And I want Atlas to succeed, man. It's an exciting time to be a fan. I have some grievances, but overall, I'm pretty happy. And like I said, what do you guys think? If you guys aren't aware, I also have a Twitter, I have a Discord, and a Twitch channel, which I stream almost every day. If you want to check those links out in the description down below, that'd be great. But anyway, I'll check you guys out later. Peace, my friends. Good night.